And we got some of this old school pound cake. And this how you know it's old school, because it's wrapped in some foil paper, y'all. Old school. And now this pound cake was made, I'm down here in the country now, was made by old 90-year-old grandma. I say 90-year-old grandma. That's that old school pound cake right there, y'all. Okay? And it's moist too. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this pound cake by that old great grandmama, whoever she is, down here in East Texas, baby. And we going to have this little old conversation about karma. Karma, y'all. Thank God for grandmamas and great grandma and great grandmama. Old school pound cake. Boy, let me tell you. You better find you a great grandmama. You better find somebody grandma. Okay, y'all. But karma. Have y'all ever thought that sometimes you are somebody's karma? I can almost pretty much guarantee everybody that comes across this video, you have been somebody's karma. Have you ever heard the term, one day you gonna do that to the wrong person, one day you gonna get the right one. One day, if you keep doing that, you gonna do that to the wrong person, and they gonna bloop, 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 A, B, C, D. Right? I've heard it all my life. But what you don't think about is, and how does karma build up, you guys, really? Is when you do a lot of jacked up stuff, right? When you do a bunch of messed up stuff. Because anytime somebody have to tell you, if you keep doing that, that means what you doing ain't right. What you doing, you probably shouldn't be doing it, right? If somebody is saying it to you, you better take heed. Okay? You have been somebody's karma. I have definitely been somebody's karma. And sometimes you're somebody's karma without even knowing you they karma. How does the karma build up? You're doing these bad things. You're doing these things that ain't right, right? And you do it to person after person after person because you think you can get away with it, or because you have been getting away with it. You've been causing people turmoil, trauma, dysfunction, confusion, whatever it is you're doing that ain't right. It's building up karma. And eventually you're going to run into that person. Now, how do you become somebody's karma? It's not intentionally. It's not out of emotions. It's out of your purpose and your calling. Real talk. So, say it's somebody that's, what is your pet peeve? I will put it that way. Yes, your calling, your gifting, what God is using you for, but it's your pet peeve. It's those things that sit dear to you. For some people, it might be finances. Maybe you're an accountant. Maybe you are working a corporation somewhere where you're the treasurer. Maybe you are the manager and you're responsible for counting funds at the end of every shift. Maybe whatever your thing is, or maybe you just like money. Maybe you're an advisor, whatever. So whenever somebody comes to you with games about money, and they don't really know you, but they think they're smart enough because they've been getting away with maybe stealing people money. Maybe they've been getting away with snipping off a little bit here, or exploiting people. Whatever they've been getting away with, it's been working. That's how they've been making their money. But they come across the right one. And the right one is serious about money. They don't miss a beat. They like things done right. They like things to, they don't like no trailing numbers and unidentified numbers. They already know what the outcome is when you're dealing with money. So you come up against that person thinking you're going to do the same thing you did to everybody else. And it didn't work this time. You met the right one. It could be family. What's most important to you? So maybe it's family. I have cousins, they serious about their family. Don't even open your mouth to halfway speak about their family. If you come a certain way and they feel it boiling, they gonna stop you like that. I have one cousin, serious, she loves her family so much. Even if I have seen her do this time and time again. If someone was talking negative about me, if someone thought they were going to disrespect me after I've helped them or done this, when I tell you she been unstole on them so fast, she be done checked them so fast, because for her pet peeve is her family. That's her family. Do not touch that. So whatever they got away with disrespecting other people's family or coming against other, and they got away with it, well, when they came up against this one, they came up against the wrong one. It could be whatever your thing is. It could be education. It could be whatever, right? For me, it's righteousness and justice. It's righteousness and justice. Because that's on my father's side and my mother's side, they were very strong in spirituality and religion. You know, especially my grandmother on my father's side. Her children, her grandchildren, she birthed out and put out a lot of preachers, teachers, people who are in the church, who are in the community. That's what she birthed on the Ladd family, right? So my father's widow, she thought she could come up and do what she had always done to other people, right? So I saw her do her sister that way. And you guys are going to hear me talk about this quite a bit because I'm watching this. I've been studying this person from the day they entered our life. I've been literally dissecting her. And I'm going to break her down all the way to the lowest common denominator. Because I need to understand what would convince people to do the things that they do. Right? So, in her mind, she had gotten away with this before. Disrespecting family, stealing, manipulating, lying, all that kind of stuff, right? But she came up against the right one. And it's not that, you know, I do things or say things because, you know, out of emotion or feelings, but it's who I am. Justice, righteousness, transparency. And a lot of my family members will always tell you that because they always will say, you weird. Why you do this? Why you think like that? Why you say that? Because it's the truth. That's how you're supposed to do it. Right, y'all? And so she came up against the wrong one. And now she's getting her karma. You are and have been somebody's karma, whether knowingly or unknowingly. People who have been doing stuff and getting away with it for long, long times, God will make sure you end up coming against the right one. Who that's their pet peeve, that's their calling, that's what they teach, that's what they live on. That means they never gonna budge off of it. There ain't nothing you can say to make them come off of what they're standing on. Because they truly believe that in their soul and in their being. There's nothing you can do to get them off of it. And they gonna hold you accountable if they don't end up whipping your ass. And that's how people get their karma. That's a lot of times how they get their karma. Is by running into the right one. And please believe me, whether you've been on your job, whether you were dealing with a clerk at the grocery store who had been used to treating customers a certain way, whether it's, you know, teachers at the school that were doing certain things to kids and they have been getting away with it for so long, one day you gonna run into the right one, and they gonna serve you. So please believe me, y'all, you have been somebody's karma.